Welcome to the RaceGrooves Weekend Show for the weekend ending May 28th, 2017. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. I also appreciate the comments last week when people said, "Hey, where's the weekend show?" Yeah, I just didn't have enough time. You know, a couple weeks ago, I went to ClamorCon, which is a new YouTube gathering for creators. And that was like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then Friday, I came home, cranked out the weekend show, got it up. That was the one with the Beatles albums. Thanks again to Luis for sharing his albums. Luis Reboliolo, thank you very much. And if you missed it, I'll give a link to that one at the end of the video. Nonetheless, so I came back, cranked that show out, and then it was Saturday, Sunday. Well, next thing you know, I was going to be heading out to Nashville to join my wife for a weekend getaway. You know, she has to work in Nashville every week, right? She's gone. So I only get to see her basically Friday, Saturday, and maybe Sunday here in Los Angeles. So finally, got to go. But I didn't have enough time in between ClamorCon, the things I was doing. I just didn't want to do a bad show. So it's like, you know, got to let it go. Well, not only that, you know, I'm working on other things as well. You know, track time, people want to see my track time videos, and I'm working on the track time channel. Well, I have done a bunch of cars, as a matter of fact. Here I have my master spreadsheet files. I kind of figured out how I need to organize these because I need to know which cars I've used in which videos and at what point do they appear in my footage. Here is a sample of one of my spreadsheets, and it might look like, oh, a little bit here and there, but I have done 468 cars on different layouts. Not only that, it's not just one time. Some cars I would give 5 chances, 10 chances, trying to get a good shot. So even though it's 468 cars, we're talking a couple thousand tries to get some cars with good footage for my track time channel. Anyway, off to the airport, and of course when you're at the airport, you gotta check the shops out. You know, they got those souvenir shops. You know, you always, of course, the cars are going to be a little, even if they sold cars, you know they're going to be a little more expensive. But I got to give them a look, you know. You never know what you might find. I'll pay $3.82 for a super, but for a basic treasure hunt, I can let it go. Here's a shot of me over Tennessee. This is one reason why I love that state. Beautiful green landscape, a lot of trees. You got a lot of rivers in that area as well, or waterways. I also seen my friend over there, Paul Wooten. It was nice to say hi and get a look at his collection. Of course, we went to the Grand Ole Opry and all sorts of stuff, and you got to visit some national landmarks. Even here in the middle of the buildings, you got trees all over the place. The first place my wife took me to eat was Cracker Barrel. They have a big room before the restaurant, a bunch of souvenirs and different things for you to purchase. Of course, I got to look for cars again. You never know what you can find. I'm gonna let this one go because I have limited luggage space when I fly back to Los Angeles. Of course, there's Walmarts out there as well. Popped into a couple of them. I was surprised to see Fast and Furious hanging on the pegs, as well as the Camaro series. Now, of course, not all the cars were there, but in California, both of these sets, you wouldn't be able to find any, not in the Los Angeles area anyways. I missed the last weekend show, so let me just highlight a couple comments from last week. Of course, last week's Truckin' Tuesday, I did Transformers with Optimus Prime because it's a Truckin' Tuesday. He's a big truck. Awesomeness 10. I just wanted to point this out. The Combiner Force Transformers are from a TV series called Transformers, Robots in Disguise, as where the rest are from the upcoming movie Transformers, The Last Night. Thank you very much. Awesomeness 10. Last week I had a case unboxing video. Dayton Choma, the Chevy Blazer 4x4 at 225 has a tampo error. It has red covering the rear window pillar, unlike the one at 1841. Look at that rear pillar. It has a big red splotch on it. There's a red stripe going down the decoration. I'm sure that's where the red paint came from. It probably just slipped while I was going through the pad printing process. Very nice eye. Thank you for pointing it out. I'll have to get it over into my error collection. Brian Artillery noticed at 1410 the Bat has a casting error, a big hole in its wing. Here's that Batman vehicle. It's the Bat. And if you notice, look, it's got a little hole right in the wing there, just like he said. Now, I don't know if it's normally supposed to be there, so I have to let me get another one to compare it to. This is a previous release. You can tell, no holes. Very cool. It's kind of neat to get an error, and I appreciate Brian pointing it out for me. Also in the case, Poopstickle 256 at 1640. I think Terrain Storm is in the wrong plastic package. It's not unusual for different types of blisters to be used with the cars, but he's right. Look at all this space up here. It doesn't look like that's the one that's supposed to go with Terrain Storm. Here I have another one, and you can see, look, it fits perfectly in a regular blister. Maybe they just had extra blisters this size. But look, here you go. Tour de Fast. That's the one that's supposed to be using that type of blister. So who knows? Maybe they just had an extra one and decided to use it. So those two videos were from last week. This week I only did one Truckin' Tuesday video. That's it for this week. I did some Maisto haulers. That's because I've been working on the track time snippets, getting it organized. Before I had all the car names written on papers, and then I'm trying to keep track of which one passed, which one failed. But then that didn't help me because where in the video was the car? So I got a database now. Let's go ahead and get to this Truckin' Tuesday where I did the Maisto Highway haulers. We had HW Mustang commenting. RaceGrooves Weekend Show. There are actually 6 versions of those Maisto haulers. One is a car transporter with a Mercedes-Benz Actros. I'm going to have to look for that one. It's a semi-trailer, and another is a normal cargo semi-truck in the States. Yeah, I'll keep my eyes open for that as well. Advice, go to Walgreens if you're near one. Yeah, Mike's going to tell me about that in just a moment. HW Mustang also commented there might be a Walgreens exclusives hauler with the details of the Walgreens logo and its motto. Yeah, I'd like to get logo cars. Checked eBay. I know what they're looking for. I'll be keeping my eyes open, but I suspect they're long gone. We'll find out. Look. No, that's the guy's name. Person's name. Lady, I don't know. Look. The grav probably starts for gravity because on the side of this truck it said grav. So I thought, does that stand for gravel truck? What's that for? Gravity. That makes sense. Thank you very much. That is a gravity-fed trailer, I believe. I think they haul many different bulk items. Always enjoy your videos. Have a great day. Thank you. Because on the bottom of the truck, you can open little flaps and have, I said, use sand, and you can have it go through. Yeah, gravity. That makes sense. And here's Michael's commented, like I said, now the packages I found, $350 at Five Below, I think it was called. They're showing up in California. Five Below. I got some. The whole second segment is going to be some in-store footage of Five Below and Walgreens coming up next. But he's correct. $5.95 for the box versions. I picked me one up. Look, ooh, got me one sample. This one will stay in the box. Let's see. Love the Maisto line of hollows. As far as, I talked about what does the cab look like. I thought he looked like a Freightliner. And last up, before I take a quick break, fan mail, Carter in New York. Thank you, Carter. Sent me a little drawing here. And you can see, look, he's got a little downhill track. He's got some trucks, I think, lined up for downhill racing. Very cool. Thank you, Carter. All right, coming up next, let's do some off the peg. Show you, I hit up another Five Below store, and where I got this, I'll show you that, and also maybe this guy right here. As I reported during the week, Five Below stores have showed up in California, Southern California. I don't know about Northern. It's a big state. Now, Five Below, I've heard about it because on message boards and people refer to Five Below. But here in California, Southern California, never seen them before, so pretty cool to have another place. You never know what's going to show up. Let's check them out. This is that Southgate location that I showed you during the week where I found the Maisto haulers. Now look what else I found. Uh-oh, loud copyrighted music. I'm going to have to drown out that noise in the store. But these split speeders, they were sold in the USA, they were sold at Toys R Us. I'm pretty sure they were sold in other countries as well. But I don't remember seeing this batch at Toys R Us. So I guess maybe they got as much as they could, and then Hot Wheels moves on to something else. So some of these, like that white little tool shuttle, whatever it was, I didn't see that, so I'm picking up a couple of them. I don't remember if I have him or not. But there's a lot of multiples of the same vehicles. So this police division, I picked up, I don't remember, 2 or 3 of them. I still have some split speeders products to review. Hey, look, check this out, Alien Buster. I better get a couple of those too. I'm not sure if I have that one. Here's a sample of the ones on the back. And it looks like on the left, these are the ones at the end of the run. Unfortunately, not much of a selection. Just the cases must have had 3 or 4 of each model. I think I have that one already. Let's go ahead and let's speed this up since these are repeats. I'm pretty sure this shark's from the first waves. I better check, or maybe I should have just got it just in case. Oh yeah, you might want to check up near the cashier aisles. Oh yeah, there's a location in Montebello too. Cuckoo!
Hi, welcome.
Hello, hello.
How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Very well.
Thanks for reminding me that the Maestro Highway haulers and boxes were at Walgreens. I have seen them here before, but I was just kind of waiting to pick something up. I'm in no big hurry. I got plenty of time. Check it out. They reissued Todd for Cars 3. He's clean. All of his previous releases were in a dirty version. I was thinking I was not going to be able to find them in the clean version, but wow, just my lucky day. I go looking for the Maestro trucks, find a treasure hunt grease rod, and then get me a clean version of Todd too. Pretty good day. Thank you for sticking around for the Ask RaceGrooves section. And it's also comments from last week's weekend show. Rebel Toad 18 Ramsey, he had commented, "You always do what other people want and never me." And I already replied to him. I let him know, you know, what he was wanting. He wanted me to do special races, right? And I just didn't have time. Besides, I get hundreds of comments that I have to go through. Not only that, I couldn't. Look at my downhill track. I was sorting a bunch of cars. I had so many cars just covering the track. There's no way I could even have done the race that you wanted me to do. Kyle Rocks 10. There were other cool 2001st editions. Can you show Muscle Tone and Isuzu Vehicross? Sure. Mattel still reissues Muscle Tone from time to time. This first edition, it was a very nice color. Very cool. Kind of an orangish color with a little bit of, you can see a little bit of glitter in it. Plastic base, but pretty nice color overall. And the Isuzu Vehicross, you know, we haven't seen that in a long time. At least I don't recall. I didn't look it up. I'm not sure. But yeah, this was a 2000 first edition. This is the first color that was released, I believe. Look, it's got the plastic headlight inserts. And the base on this one, hey, metal base. Very cool. You don't get metal bases too often anymore. Thanks for asking. Christmas cookie, make a track out of all the sets and tracks, including Minecraft, Gas Attack, and test 20 cars in Minecraft, Minecart, and minifigures. Funny you should mention that. Over here, there's the triangle track time still set up. Up here, I still have that beautiful, long, smooth track time that I did. No loops. I'm going to be filming some track time snippets on here. And, well, there's some more parts. Maybe you recognize those. And in the corner, you see gas. There's Gas Attack. I tried to use them for a track time, and really you can only use them for a starter. But as far as the minecarts and other Minecraft figures, you might see them in future videos. Thomas P., I just wanted to say thank you for all the work that you do to put this channel together. My 3-year-old son and I like to watch your videos together. He especially likes track time. Keep up the amazing work you do. Yeah, I know people... I know collectors like me doing the weekend show every weekend, and I missed last weekend. But imagine the people who like track time, right? It's been 3-4 weeks since I did the last track time. So I'm glad that he enjoys those, but I got to get to the track time videos. And like I was talking about here, snippets, I've been shooting snippets, hundreds. Hopefully eventually I will have my track time channel, get some stuff over there. It's going to be a little while, I'm sorry. But I do need to get a track time video up as well on the RaceGrooves channel. And if you want a link to the track time channel, that's in the description below. Antunoko, this guy right here. Man, I bet you grew up with the first wave of Hot Wheels. Yes, I did. I was born in the 60s, and so by the time Hot Wheels came out, yeah, I was the perfect age to be playing with Hot Wheels. And yes, I did have some. They're long gone. They went to my younger brothers, then from there they went to my nephews, and they're gone. I don't want to see them no more. They've been beat and played with. I'll buy new versions, nice and clean now, okay? The Golden Thompson, how long have you been collecting Hot Wheels and Matchbox? So, like I just said, I was born in the 60s, but then, you know, you stop collecting after a while. In the 90s, I had 2 kids. Next thing you know, I'm going to the toy store, buying them toys, and then I wind up picking up some cars for me. So I officially count my start year as 1998. But I probably was buying cars in like 94, 95 when I was taking Amanda. She wasn't born in 94, 95. You know, a little bit later after she was born. Then buying toys for her and buying a couple cars for me as well. Logan Kim asked RaceGrooves, the National Park cars from Matchbox, is it like the race team cars for Hot Wheels? Just wondering. Exactly. So like Johnny Lightning, they come out with their cars and they'll have Black with Flame series. Then they have their Patriotic series. And then they have their Zingers series. So that's what you do when you have a product. You create little subsets, make them fun to collect. Yeah, there was even I don't think Matchbox still does it for a while there. I don't know if it was called Ink, I-N-K, but they had vehicles that had blue and yellow decorations. And that was another type of series. So yeah, it just kind of makes it fun to collect. And so the national park cars are in fact like a little sub-series for you to collect. That gamer though. Hi RaceGrooves, I always tune in to watch your Monster Jam videos. Keep up the good work. Yeah, even though I got all these things going on, right? I am working on Monster Jam stuff too. I can't talk about it. I just can't talk about it. But I have something cool coming. Don't worry. Nate, son, I'm not sure I found your channel, but you make these cars look like so much fun to collect. Great channel. And that's why RaceGrooves is for all ages. If you want to collect, collect. If you want to collect when you're a kid, you're a kid. If you want to play as an adult or a kid, the whole gamut of the toy car hobby. And I'm glad that you found the channel. Hopefully there's something for you. Sebastian M. Don't forget, Mark, the Ford Transit Mark 1 has the Mark 1. I remember to say Mark 1 this time instead of MK1, and then I messed up the rest of it. The Ford Transit Mark 1 Supervan has a V8 engine mid-mounted from your favorite car, the Ford GT40. I did not know that. Very cool. I like that van too. It's in the Beatles series. It's hard to see inside the van, but they did cast the top of the engine in the base. Very cool. I'll have to look that up. I think some customizers have pointed that out as well. Stephen Masur, great show. Hey, you should consider making an episode where you highlight a single car and show all the years it was made and the quality from year to year. I recently found twin mill and it was made in Thailand. The quality was terrible, but the casting bottom stated 1969. That was what led me to my request. It would be interesting to learn the evolution of the models. Well, twin wheel would be very hard because you're talking almost 50 years now of releases of Hot Wheels. And twin wheel's been there since nearly the beginning. It's almost an original Hot Wheels casting. I don't remember if it was a 68 casting though. But I can't make a whole weekend show based on a car, but that's what the weekend show is. I can put some stuff in the middle, and that's what that second segment is for. Little flavors, but some of that stuff is better suited for a blog to where they can document and they can take the time to structure. Video is a lot more time consuming than making a blog. That's probably something more for a blog. But like when he talks about muscle, he wants the muscle tone and the Isuzu V-Cross from 2000. You know what? I go in there, show a couple cars. Or recently, somebody asked for Crazy 8s. Go get my K Jammer, open it up, show some Crazy 8s. But as far as making a time-consuming historical, probably can't do a whole lot. Maybe just little flavors from time to time. Mobile Gamer Jordan. I went to Walmart, had a fantastic day, and I'm going to summarize. It's pretty. You can pause and read if you like. But he met a collector. The collector was friendly, gave him a couple cars, and he said, "That's fantastic." Now I jumped to the bottom. Ask RaceGrooves, what is your opinion on the people that take every single one of a car in stores? And thank you. Please talk about this if you can. And I've talked about it before. Look, stores are not museums. If there's 10 cars, he wants to buy all the 10 of the cars, he or she can buy it. It's a store, right? There's no limits unless the store has limits. So look, I like the Ford GT, right? So if I love this car. Y'all know I love this car, right? If I want extra, I'm going to buy extra, okay? I can do. Now what I do with this car after I get it, it's up to me. I bought it, I own it. If I want to customize it, I can customize it. If I want to give it away, I can give it away, right? If I want to sell it, I bought it, I own it, I can sell it. It's up to me to do whatever I want to do. Now, people only complain, and I'm not saying you're complaining, we're having a discussion, right? People only complain when this is good cars. If I were to buy every single one of H2Go, I'll bet you nobody would bat an eye. They would say, good riddance, thank you for helping clear the pegs. So we can't have a rule for good cars and a different rule for bad cars and good cars. You can't. Stores are not museums. I heard somebody say that a long time ago, and I thought, well, that's a pretty good little slogan there. It's not mine. I didn't make it up. Stores have stuff there for sale. And if it's for sale and you find it, you can buy it. You can buy what you want to buy and enjoy it. Now, hopefully, like me, I consider RaceGrooves my channel. I consider this to kind of give back to the hobby, right? I help promote the hobby. Now, if I still want to buy all 10 of the Ford GTs, I'm going to buy all 10 of the Ford GTs, okay? Because that's what I like to collect. But it doesn't matter. Buy what you like, buy what you can afford, and enjoy the hobby. And hopefully you can network and find friends to help you find stuff if you have a hard time finding things. People do it all the time, right? And don't ask me, I can't. Okay, I got a lot of things to do. So, anyways, I think this is the last one. Oh, Shun Moon. I love how this turned in from a car review into an album review. And that was last weekend's The Weekend Show, where I reviewed the albums. And there's the link if you missed the last weekend show. I think a lot of people missed it because it was Mother's Day weekend and I published it on Sunday. So the views took a little bit of a beating. Anyways, thank you for watching. Happy collecting. Bye-bye.